All right, let's go. Episode 9. Ready.
Coming to you live. Coming to you live from downtown Pomona. It's Mia Vanna presents the R&R podcast, where we talk cigars, sports, and entertainment. Mr. Robert Barksdale. I'm the host,
Let's
Randy
go.
Jacquette. Let's go. Episode 9.
We got a lot to talk about today, dog.
What's happening? What's happening?
Man, we got to talk about Pete Rose. Pete Rose passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle.
Let's talk about it, man. You look at his stats: most hits, most games played, rookie of the year, 17-time All-Star, 5 different positions, 73 MVP, 75 World Series MVP, 10 seasons with 200 hits, 44 game hitting streak. I remember that. 3 World Series rings, 2 in Cincy, 1 in Philly. But he bet on baseball and he's not in the Hall of Fame. Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Why not?
Because if you know about baseball, in every dugout, it tells you one rule. It don't say nothing about steroids. It don't say nothing about nothing else, but do not bet on games. Did you know that?
He bet on games, I do, but
yeah.
But we got people in there that have been to jail. People have been arrested for all kinds of stuff.
Bro, he betted on his own games as a manager.
I mean, he bet on them to win. Does that make a difference?
Yes. You don't bet on games, man. You're a manager. You know, you're deciding the outcome of those games, whether you believe it or not.
So he shouldn't be in there, is what you're saying.
No, and don't give him no pity party and try to put him there after he's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
After he passed away, that'd be a wrong move.
No, I just thought he should have been in there based off of his stats, because we got guys in there that use steroids. Like I said, been arrested. You know, I get it. He did bet on baseball. Is there a statute of limitations? Can we, after 15, 20 years, or he just doesn't get in at all?
He don't. He's gone. He's gone. He shouldn't get in, bro.
What was your opinion of him as a player?
He was a hell of a player.
I grew up watching Charlie Hustle.
I grew up watching Cincinnati, man.
Big Red Machine.
Yeah, they had Joe Morgan, Mike Schmidt. You know what I'm saying? They had a good team.
They had a great team. So Charlie Hustle, no Hall of Fame.
No Hall of Fame.
We lost another great one, Mutombo.
Oh, Mr. Shake Your Finger.
Shake Your Finger. Defensive Player of the Year. You know, great defender. Great at Georgetown. Pulled off the upset in 94. Let me ask you this. You know, he's known for being a pro player, but he did a lot, you know, in his native country, you know, building hospitals, providing relief, aid. I think he's understated for what he did off the court. What's your thoughts?
Yes, he is. He's good humanitarian work he did. He used to try to bridge the gap from his hometown to the United States for basketball also. Did a lot of good work out there in his community, trying to bring it up and, you know, and trying to give back. So you don't get a lot of brothers like that. And my hat's off to him. Hell of a defensive player. You know what I mean?
Great defensive player. Let's jump to a little football. Jerry Jones was in the news this week. My owner, who I can't stand, he said we couldn't afford Derrick Henry. Now, Derrick Henry has a house in Dallas, trains in Dallas, and wanted to come to Dallas. We couldn't, you know, spread out the money to get Derrick Henry.
Man, you should have found that money. I would have dug in my cushions and got that.
And you know Jerry has it.
You have no running game at all.
Exactly.
Dallas has no running game at all, and you couldn't get 5-6 million. You couldn't circumvent the wheel and maybe take some money from, you know, make it, you know, put money on the back end for Dak, put money on the back end for CD, and get you a running back. Because right now, dude, they piling up creek.
See, our problem is we always wait late to sign players. So we waited late to sign CD and the market shifted. We had to pay more. We waited late to pay Dak and we had to give him $60 million a year when we could have paid him earlier and given him 50 something. It's kind of like going to a dance, a high school dance, and you wait and all the pretty girls are gone. All you got is the ugly girl left. That's what we stuck with, the ugly girl. So now we got Dak and CD overpaid. We haven't paid Micah and we didn't get Derrick Henry. And that's what Jerry Jones does, because you can't tell him anything. And so he wants to be the GM, the president, the owner, sell popcorn, drive the team bus, sell now and laters. And now we didn't get Derrick Henry.
All in the damn way. That's all he is, in the way.
Pretty much. So I thought we should have picked him up, because now we stuck with Ezekiel Elliott, who was, half the year backup in New England. And now he's one of our starters.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. I'm still Dallas, but, Jerry's got to get out of the way. WNBA playoffs. Ooh,
the Aces is up against it, huh?
Yeah, down 0-2 to the Liberty, and Liberty are playing confident.
Yeah, they're playing real good, and trying to stop that three-peat.
Exactly. I think the winner of the Liberty Aces is going to be the champion. The Lynx and the Sun are good, but I think it's been a kind of a two-horse race all year with the Liberty and Aces. It came down to the last couple minutes. Aja Wilson hit that shot, but the Liberty are confident. They feel like they can beat them, and they go into Vegas up 2-0.
It looked like they're gonna beat them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because the Aces would have to win 3, and that's gonna be tough. And Game 5 is gonna be in New York. So yeah, Liberty look good. We'll see what happens in that series. Lynx Sun. While we're talking about WNBA, Caitlin Clark's rookie season. About a month ago, you were arguing with me saying that Angel Reese was the rookie of the year. You still got that argument, or you let it go?
I let that go. I acquiesce. You know what I'm saying? But
you're using big words. Yeah, she must have gone to a good school.
She put up some good. Yeah, I went to Ganesha, homie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The G. But she put up her numbers. She did her thing. She brought the league up. You know what I mean? They should appreciate her. They should market her better. They're not doing their job as marketing her better for the league. She brought up attendance. She got everybody watching. You know what I mean? I never used to watch a WNBA game. You know what I mean? I'll just keep on skipping through. Might catch the highlights on ESPN, but now you want to watch. So they need to market her better, showcase her more, and I'm sure she'll be on that Olympic team coming up.
I got to admit, I'm a little surprised. I thought she'd do well, but people were taking shots at her saying that, she's going to have to adjust when she got to the league. The league's got to adjust to her. She played a full season, got to the Elite 8 or Final 4, had a month and a half off, and went right into the WNBA. To me, she exceeded expectations. What do you think?
Yeah, she exceeded expectations. Like you said, coming straight off of college, and then with a month and a half layoff, and then get back in there right at it, putting up numbers, assists, a couple rebounds, but she brought her team up. You know what I mean? From what they won,
and been to the playoffs in 5-6 years.
5-6 years, and she did the damn thing.
Listen to this: rookie records, WNBA rookie records, most points, most assists, most 3-pointers, packed arenas. Like you said, the merchandise, rookie of the year, probably could be unanimous. Angel may get a few votes, but I don't think she should. But she's a close second, and she might end up being first team All WNBA as a rookie. That's
outstanding. That's unheard of.
Yeah, so hats off to her. Finally, with the WNBA, Diana Taurasi. I told you before, I'm biased because I was her teacher, but she probably played her last game. But look at her. First 40-year-old with 20-plus points in a playoff game, 3 college rings with UConn, 02, 03, 04, 3 WNBA rings, 6 gold medals, 4-time Daily Bulletin Player of the Year, dropped 53 times in the 9th grade. Is she the GOAT?
The GOAT.
Is she? I go with her. I mean, who else was in the conversation? Her, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper. I don't know if Cheryl Miller could be, but she didn't play enough pro.
Right.
Because she was older. She was before the WNBA.
Right.
And Cheryl Miller was great. Lisa Leslie. I would say Cheryl's in the conversation, but to me, it's Taurasi, Swoops, and Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Right. Yeah, you on tonight.
Okay, all right.
You on.
A couple more things before we get into college football. Diamondbacks owner Ken Kidricks took a shot. He said, blame me for signing Jordan Montgomery like it was his fault they didn't make it to the playoffs. He stepped in when the team wasn't going to sign him. They gave him 1 year, $25 million, but the team didn't perform. So I don't like an owner calling out a player for signing him, and when you guys don't make the playoffs. Players don't get to call out owners. If they do, they get fined. What were your thoughts on that?
Straight BS. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You're saying, you shouldn't be calling. You should just sit back in the owner box and talk to your GM in private.
Exactly.
You know, you don't take air your dirty laundry out there on the street like that.
And call out one player.
And call out one player. It's a team effort.
Exactly.
And you know, you talk to your GM. Y'all don't want to put the team together.
Exactly. So we talking about baseball. I'm happy our Dodgers are in there.
Yeah, we play Saturday. We waiting on Atlanta, between Atlanta and San Diego.
So let me ask you this: looking at the brackets, because I told you that I thought it was going to be, I wanted to be the Dodgers and the Yankees, right?
That'd be lovely.
So if you look at the brackets right now, the Tigers are going to play the Astros. Tigers are up right now. Who you got in that series?
Oh, Tigers just won. They just won.
They just finished?
Yeah,
okay.
They just finished.
Who do you have in that series?
Tigers and who? Astros?
Yeah.
I got the Tigers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They just won.
They just won it.
Yeah.
And then the Royals beat the Orioles. So they win series 2-0.
Bobby Witt.
Mm-hmm. And then in the National League, you have game 2, Mets Brewers. Mets are up 3-1. Who you got in that?
I got the Mets. The Mets is peaking right now. I've been checking them out
at the right time.
At the right time.
And then Braves and Padres, game 2. Padres won last night.
Braves got to win tonight so they can tire San Diego out, because I think we're going to end up playing San Diego Saturday.
I'd rather play the Braves because the Padres always get up for us.
Right.
But I think the Padres are going to win that. So it'll be the Dodgers against the Padres
Saturday.
And then the Phillies, you said out of the Mets and Brewers, who do you have coming out of that?
Mets.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It don't matter who. At this point, lace them up and let's play.
Let's go.
I don't care who come out.
Okay.
We need to play. We need to perform. Freddie Freeman's a little injured, so they moving. I think they might move Max Muncy to first base and put your boy at third base. Kiki Hernandez at third base.
Okay.
So if Freddie don't make it back, you know.
So we'll see what happens in these playoffs. Like I said, as long as it's Dodgers, I'm good. Like to see Dodgers and Yankees. We got a lot of college football to talk.
Yes, sir.
College football. Alabama, Georgia was the game. You were supposed to watch that with me, but you didn't watch it with me. That was a great game. Alabama was up the whole game. I think they took their foot off the gas second half. Georgia came back. And then that 17-year-old freshman caught that pass.
He's awesome.
17. You know, he reclassified. He's supposed to be a 2025 kid. He doesn't turn 18 until February. Number 2. He's going to be good. What were your thoughts on that? Because Alabama jumped to number 1.
They jumped on him. Miro looks.
I was just about to ask you about him.
Miro, I mean, I seen him play last year. He was, you know, it was a little suspect. You know what I mean? They was on his butt. But I guess with the new coach, DeBoer, is like a quarterback whisperer or something, because he looks good, dude.
He looks really good. When he was a freshman, I didn't know if he was ever going to be a starter at Alabama. Now he looks good. He threw for over 340 yards. And Alabama looks good. DeBoer's a good coach. He's won at every level, FCS, D2, D1 last year at Washington. I didn't know if he could get enough recruits because he's never recruited. But you know what he did? He went out and hired a whole bunch of assistant coaches with ties to the Southeast. And that was smart. He kept some of the Alabama coaches and then brought in some other ones. So he's doing well.
Doing very well.
Yeah, Alabama looks good. They got a lot of young guys too.
Strong.
Number 2 who intercepted the ball at the last minute is a true freshman too. So they're going to be good. Texas expectedly blew out Mississippi State. The little Manning is still starting. They look good. You still have them above Alabama? I don't know.
I can't wait to see them play.
Yeah, I had Texas above Alabama going into last week.
I did too.
And, I think Sark is building a mini Alabama over there because he learned under Saban. But Alabama looked good.
Look really good.
If they would have played in the second half like they did in the first, there would have been no doubt. But, it happens.
Right.
So Texas, Mississippi State, Ohio State blew out Michigan State. I had Ohio State number 2. I mean, they're talented. They have maybe the second best freshman receiver, Smith, on the outside. They have the Kansas State transfer quarterback, and they're deep. They got Caleb Downs from the safety from Alabama who left. So they're good. How would you rank them right now? I think I go Alabama, Texas. Ohio State. And do you go Georgia 4?
Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, Tennessee's right there. You're right.
Yeah,
That's a good pick. Tennessee looks good with the local kid who you saw in high school.
Yes.
Yeah, he's solid. He's 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
So Texas beat Mississippi State. Ohio State expectedly blew out Michigan State. Kentucky Ole Miss. That was a little bit of a surprise. What'd you think about that?
No, I knew. Remember, Kentucky played Alabama the week before.
No, Georgia.
And held them. They got a defense, and they spotted them 18 points.
Mm-hmm.
Take the 18, and they outright win. So I knew that
yeah.
defense was going to be something for them to deal with.
And they're well coached. One of the Stoops brothers over there. Shout out to the Stoops.
Yeah.
So that didn't surprise you. I thought Lane would score more.
I didn't think they would win, but I knew they would cover, and with the points they were getting. But they got a good defense.
Very good defense. Next, Oregon, UCLA. That was expected to be a blowout. UCLA's too light.
Straight trash.
Well, I don't want to say any LA team is trash, but are they trash?
I got to call it like I see it, man. I don't know what they doing over there.
They don't have. I don't think they have enough beef. They're not spending NIL
they don't
money.
Spend no money.
So they're not getting the elite guys.
Right. You got to spend some money in this days and age.
Oregon spending money. USC spending money.
Texas spending money.
Texas spending oil money. They're spending money. So that was to be expected. Oregon, UCLA, 34-13. What about Miami, Virginia Tech? That was closer than most people thought.
That was close. I'm glad Miami pulled it through, but that was a good game too.
Shout out to Cam Ward. I think one of the top 4 Heisman finalists right now.
Yeah,
and we can talk about that later.
Number 3 quarterback.
Why do you think that was so close?
They're familiar with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They played each other before and
for
years. And they got some athletes. And Miami really just now coming back. You know what I mean? From the looking like they used to look like the U back days. So I think they're on the process of coming up. And Virginia Tech has always been solid.
Okay, 38-34, though. I didn't think it'd be that close. Cristobal, I think, is getting it going. He coached under Saban. He was a head coach at Oregon, and he had Oregon rolling, and now he went home to Miami where he played. So I think it's going to take a little time, but if he gets stronger on the offensive and defensive front, I think he's going to be okay. Yeah, but that was closer than I thought. Penn State, Illinois. Talk to me about that one. 21-7 was a boring game. Penn State always does well at home. I don't think they travel well, but, they were number 8. They're number 9 now.
All right.
They dropped to number 9. 21-7. I guess that's a win is a win.
Tough though.
Yeah, they're well coached. They have the former Wisconsin coach.
Right.
So Arizona, Utah. Arizona, that was surprising, but Utah's quarterback is out. Cam Rising. So that was 23-10.
Yeah. He got hurt his hand or something like that.
Yeah. So that was still a little bit surprising, but Arizona has that great quarterback wide receiver combo, and they can put points on the board. So, any given Saturday, I guess you could say.
Any given Saturday.
One that was really close to me that I didn't think would be that close was Michigan, Minnesota, 27-24. I didn't understand that. Minnesota, I didn't think was that good this year. They don't have that much talent. And Michigan, pushed SC all over the field. And then they go, and play Minnesota, another Big Ten rival. And they only won by 3 points. What was that all about?
They spun all they wide trying to beat USC. So they were looking for the week. They weren't ready about look. They were looking forward to this game. They were just concentrating to beat SC.
Yeah.
And they got kind of hit in the mouth over there.
Yeah, with Minnesota, because they're a physical team. Usually not that fast on the outside, but always physical, always big linemen.
Yeah.
Speaking of SC, man, first half, that was a game of 2 halves. First half wasn't that good. But
they made the adjustments.
Exactly.
And they came back and looked pretty damn good. That kid, the receiver is out of Arizona. I seen him play too, 7-on-7.
The transfer kid?
Yeah, number 8.
How did he look?
He looked good. Like 6'5", long wingspan, long range of, catch radius. And he showed it in the game.
Is he their best receiver?
He will be.
And is he the kid? I think he's a kid that started off as a walk-on at Arizona, and now he's at SC. Got the scholarship at Arizona,
right?
And now he's at SC doing well. Okay, SC Wisconsin, LSU South Alabama. That wasn't a surprise. 42-10. South Alabama came and just picked up the check.
Went on home.
Got up out of there. Yeah, got that check. As Rasheed Wallace would say, CTC, cut that check. So they got that money. Notre Dame, Louisville, that was a pretty good game. Notre Dame 31-24 over Louisville. Louisville's well coached. They just don't get enough players to compete with the Notre Dames and all those schools. They got Coach Brom, who played there, who coached at Purdue for all those years. He's back home. It was a good game, though, 31-24.
I got a homie over there, DB coach, Ron English.
At which school?
Louisville. At Louisville.
Okay, okay. Good for him.
Right.
Okay. If they get some more recruits, because Brahms is a good coach. He's won everywhere he's been. Clemson, Stanford. Clemson hadn't been putting up points. I think they've gotten better since the first week of the season when they played Georgia. They won 40-14. You know, Pac-12, former Pac-12 teams don't usually travel well when they go down south. So I don't think that was that surprising. I just didn't think that Clemson could put up that many points.
Nah, but Stanford ain't got nothing over there right now.
No beef over there. What else? Kansas State, Oklahoma State. Kansas State has that great quarterback, Avery Johnson. He ran all over Oklahoma State. I watched the first half. They couldn't stop him because he was running, faking the pass, and then tucking it.
And go.
So, yeah, so that, I was surprised that they beat them 42-20. But, you know, because Oklahoma State's usually good with Gundy. But Kansas State's rolling. And they lost their quarterback to Ohio State, and they're still rolling.
They look good.
Look good. Who else we want to talk about? Texas A&M, Arkansas, a.k.a. the Jerry Bowl at Cowboy Stadium, 21-17. It was kind of boring. I was flipping back and forth. I don't think either one of those teams are going to go very far this year.
No.
But, you know, it was good. Good for college football. Big game. Colorado over UCF. What'd you think?
Oh, man. They got in their butt.
Was it 48-21?
48-21.
In Florida.
So
they picked up the check and the win.
And everybody thought they was going to lose. So that's 4 wins now?
Yeah. As many as they had all last year.
Yeah.
And UCF, you know, they're well coached. Gus Malzahn, but they obviously don't have the elite talent that Deion has.
Right.
But I think people were surprised that they went over there and won 48-21.
Looked like they played a complete game, offense and defense.
And they didn't start off slow, which they've been known to do.
Right.
Last thing I have for college football, UNLV quarterback.
Oh, my God.
Matthew Sluka. What are your thoughts on that? He said they promised him the bag. It wasn't a big bag, but, I mean, it's $100,000. I'll take it.
So basically you telling us you playing for the money. You ain't playing for nothing else but money because you left. Because if you read the story, one of the casinos stepped up and said, we'll give you the $100,000.
Did they say that?
Yeah, and then he said, it's too late, I'm out.
But was it a matter of principle? Because, the assistant coach promised it, the collective promised it, and then the head coach said, well, it's not official if I don't, sign off on it. What are your thoughts of that? I think by the time the casino, offered the money, he was already done.
He already done. Him and his dad was done. They said he didn't have no money for even the they didn't give him money for living. They didn't give him nothing. But I don't know. I think I would have to play it out, dog. I couldn't just leave in the middle of the season like that.
Look, they offered him $100,000, but they were giving him $3,000 a month. If somebody offers you $100,000, they giving you $3,000 a month, they're not giving you the $100,000.
Right. So when you took that $3,000, you knew that.
That was gonna take 30-something months, 33 months.
A mortgage payment.
Yeah, to
30
get that.
years.
Yeah. Come on, man. So he should have got that up front because the elite players are getting it up front.
Up front.
The kid from Tennessee wasn't waiting on his. No.
Oh, he had a meal ticket in high school.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right. He was the first player I seen with a meal ticket in high school.
And they rumored that it was $9 million. Then I heard $5 million, but he got his up front.
Right.
And he's showing he's worth every penny. Sluka transferred from Holy Cross. He should have been happy to get.
Now he a fifth year dude.
Fifth year, and he he doesn't have a school yet. So.
And the running back left too.
It's crazy, but they still won.
They still won. They blew out Fresno State.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Sean and the UNLV Rebels. UNLV, I think they're undefeated right now.
Undefeated 4-0.
So, granted, 2 of the teams they played were Pomona High and West Covina.
You think so?
They still undefeated. But they still undefeated, baby. Shout out to Big Sean.
Shout out to Big Sean, UNLV alumni.
That's right. Normally we take a break. But our producer's not here. Do you want to take a break or do you want to go straight through?
We're going to go straight through.
Let's go straight through. We got to start with the Thursday. Oh, that's because the Cowboys. We'll talk about the Cowboys. Cowboys fans, stand up. So the first game was Cowboys-Giants Thursday night game. We always say any given Sunday, any given Thursday. I was happy that we won. I was disappointed in how close it was. I think we didn't get the players this year that we should have signed. We made Daniel Jones look halfway decent. What were your thoughts on that game?
The division game will always be tough. We know that. But it was the Giants. You know what I mean?
It was the Giants.
And it seemed like you guys wasn't prepared. Like Malik Neighbors went off on you.
Yeah, he did.
You got 10.
He's solid.
He's solid though. He's solid. I don't know, man. Like I was just talking upstairs. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, bro.
They were talking about that on ESPN today. We might not make the playoffs.
Right.
NFC, the Commanders look great. The Eagles are up and down, but I think they're gonna figure it out. But we only won 20-15. I don't know about that, man. So right now, going into the year, I thought we'd make the playoffs. So I'm a little worried right now.
Right. Yeah, it looks a little shaky over there. It looked like you should have got Derrick Henry.
Definitely.
Mr. Jerry Jones.
Yes, sir. Falcons over the Saints. That was surprising. That was a good game. That's another division game. I'll say this about – go ahead. You go ahead, Randy.
Very good game. I thought the Saints would have pulled it out, but it was tight down to the end, and the kicker kicked a 58-yard field goal to win.
What's his name? I think his name was Boo or something.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, they were yelling, cool.
Yeah, cool.
The thing with Cousins, if you don't make him run and scramble, you let him just sit back in the pocket, he's effective.
Yeah, he'll pick you apart.
Yeah, that's why he got that money in Washington. He got the money in Minnesota, and he got the 180 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So that was a tough game. They won, like I said, last-second field goal, 26-24. What about the Bears over the Diamond Bar Rams? Let's hear about that.
Don't do that, man. Don't do me like that. Don't do
Bears
me like
over
that.
the Diamond Bar Rams.
Man,
Come on, the Bears?
I can't even understand it.
Dude, the Bears lost to Dorsey High 2 weeks ago, and then they beat y'all.
Man,
come on, Randy.
Oh, man, I can't understand it because we had opportunities and we squandered them off. But we hurt.
Yeah, you are. Being honest, you guys are injured.
Yeah, we hurt. We injured, but still ain't no excuse. I thought we had that, and they fooled me. They won. You know what I mean? And we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to get our stuff together like so many other teams.
I think if you get healthy, especially, your two top receivers are out, I think you guys will be okay. If you give Stafford time to throw the ball, you'll be okay. But you got to get healthy.
Yes, sir.
And defense. Vikings, surprise of the season so far, undefeated. Look at Sam Darnold in the right system.
Man.
4-0 over the Packers. You might get 3 teams from that division. That's who might put us out.
Right.
Because the Vikings, if they keep playing well, they'll make it. Packers look good. They won with Malik Willis. And Detroit, to me, Detroit is going to be better than Minnesota at the end of the year because they're solid offense, defense, special teams.
That's going to be a battle.
That's going to be a battle.
That's going to be a battle because Minnesota just got Addison back.
Yep.
They look real good. And then I watched Detroit's game.
That was a good game. They're solid.
They're solid. Defense, Hutchinson coming off that end.
Yep.
Receiver threw a touchdown out of USC, Amon St. Brown.
St. Brown. And Jared Goff is playing solid.
Yeah, and then the other kid from
James Williams.
James Williams out of Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He started off at Ohio State.
Right.
But that receiver room was too packed. So he went over to Alabama, balled out, and then was a first-round pick with the torn ACL.
Right.
So I think all 3 of those teams might make it to the playoffs. But, yeah, Vikings definitely a surprise.
I'm happy for Sam Darnold, though, man.
Yeah.
Everybody gave up on him. SC kid gave up on him. And it just shows you when you get in the right system,
right
time, right place at the right time. And he's exceeding. He's prospering.
So hopefully if Bryce gets out of Carolina, he'll go to a system. He's just got to get a little bit bigger too, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing with
He's got to get in the right system, and he got to get a little bit bigger. And and this is gonna be an understudy and learn
for
the
a year
game.
or two, exactly.
Learn
and
the
then
game.
Maybe by year 3 or 4. One that was a little surprising to me, especially since Anthony Richardson got hurt, was the Colts. But they're solid, and they got a good coach, the former assistant at Philly. But 27-24 over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was undefeated.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Pittsburgh got the tough D, the nasty D, and they well coached. Mike Tomlin, he gonna get his team in the playoffs. I don't care if it's a wild card. I don't care what it is, but he's gonna get in. The defense and the quarterback is coming around, getting better and better every week. So they might be a problem, but
it was still a little surprising. But they're, like you said, they're well coached. Tomlin used to get him in at 8-8. Now you got to play 17 games.
Right.
I mean, they could get in at 9-8 and still make it to the playoffs. They're well coached. Then one thing Tomlin said is it's not time yet, but they may have to make that decision. Do they stick with the young fella Justin Fields, or do they go to? I want to start him anyway.
Yeah.
So you stick with.
I think we said start him, and
we said that.
Yeah. Russ, I think it's over for Russ,
you
man.
think it's over for Russ?
Yeah. Go home, play home with Sierra, and
that money there, $38 million Denver's paying you.
$38 million. Go and chill out. And try to keep Future off your ass.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have started, but Fields adds a dimension that Russell can't add. And that's he's able to run. Yeah. They can run
dual threat.
Dual threat. So that's what, and he's young. You can build around him. So I think like you said, it might be Russell. It might be time for him to just be a backup. So we agree on that. We don't agree that much, but we agree on that. Another one that's surprising, Buccaneers, man, they look good. Baker Mayfield, what do you think on that? 33-16.
Another situation where he's in the right situation.
Yep.
Got an outstanding D. People had given up on him.
Yep.
Now he's in the right situation and he's flourishing.
Yep. And yeah. You said it. Right system, right coach, and he learned for a year or two.
So I'm happy to see stuff like that because, some of these dudes, they playing with these dudes' lives. They got families. They got to make their money. And they got, they got to the top. They want to, exceed, and they want to get to keep going. So I'm happy for those dudes like that.
And he's not that much bigger than Bryce. So maybe Bryce can add a little muscle, go learn under somebody for a couple years, and get a chance to start somewhere.
Yeah, because Andy Dalton make him look bad out there right now.
Ooh, yeah, and Andy's playing well. Yeah, playing well. He didn't win this past week, but Andy's playing well for Carolina. They beat the Raiders. So let me ask you this.
Raiders.
Yeah, they beat the Raiders. A week ago. We'll get to them in a minute. Get to them. But let me ask you this.
Right.
So Bengals over the Panthers. That wasn't also known as the Andy Dalton Bowl. That wasn't to me that surprising. But
no, they should win, but it was closer than what it should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow got to get, everybody keep making excuses for Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? I know he did his thing. He got him to the Super Bowl.
I think people are still talking about that.
Talking about that, but what have you done for me lately?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
they're 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3, messing around with Chase Money. T. Higgins is out of there after this year.
They should have paid those guys.
Should have paid those dudes, man, because we're going to find out. You let Joe Mixon take a pay cut the year before,
and then you lost
him this year. That don't even make no damn sense.
But if I'm Joe Burrow, I'm taking a pay cut to keep those guys. Brady did it, and look what happened.
Yeah,
And you're going to make money on endorsements.
Yeah, you'll make your money. You get it back.
Yeah, so take the pay cut, keep Mixon, keep T. Higgins.
Put it on the back end.
Yeah, and keep Jamar Chase. That's what got you to the Super Bowl.
Right.
All those guys.
Yeah.
So Texans over the Jaguars. Jaguars are struggling. Doug Peterson might be in trouble.
Yeah, he in trouble.
I picked the Texans in that game.
I did too.
What's going on with Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, man.
You gave the quarterback all that money.
And this, I don't know what's going on. Peterson, Peterson, yeah, he about to be up there with Nick Sirianni in a minute.
Yeah, they both going to be unemployed.
Looking for unemployment. They might come try to take our job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Texans over Jaguars. Jaguars are struggling. Texans bounce back from the week before. Big surprise. Early leader for Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels out of Cajon High School.
Woo.
This is his 10th year starting. 4 in high school, 5 in college, 3 at ASU, 2 at LSU, and now as a rookie from day one. Man, they look good against the Commanders. 42-14.
Oh man,
was that surprising? That score?
Yeah, that score is surprising, but he's not, because he excelled, like you said, everywhere he went. He's an outstanding athlete.
Yep,
can run it, can throw it. He's accurate. That's what a lot of people don't understand. He's very accurate with the ball. I heard Scary Terry say he throw the balls where you ain't gotta go nowhere to get them. They come right to you, hitting you on the numbers.
I love that.
So shout out to that kid. I played
Local
that
kid. Yep.
I gave him his last loss in Pop Warner.
Is that right? Okay.
So shout out to that kid.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Throw that in there.
Yeah, I got to throw that in there. But I seen him too. I told him that when he came out here, he started laughing. But yeah, man, that's a good kid, man. and I'm pulling for that kid.
Yeah, local kid. And they look good, man. They're in first place in the division. So they look good, surprisingly. But they got talent. They got Magic over there as one of the owners, probably talking to the players.
Owners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they, they're gonna build a culture.
I think so. I think that's what it is. You got to have a culture.
They had to get that rat out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to clean. They had to clean house over there,
which they did.
Right.
And then Dan Quinn, shout out to our former defensive coordinator, got him playing well. So and he's got good coaches over there. Ken Norton,
Oh yeah.
He's got the OC over there, Kingsbury, who's better as an OC than he is as a head coach.
Yeah,
he's better as an OC. He's got a staff over there.
He know what he's doing.
Yeah,
on that OC stuff. Yeah, just keep being an OC, Kingsbury.
Yep. 49ers over Patriots. That wasn't a surprise. Patriots are a couple years away. 49ers, when healthy, are one of probably two best teams in the NFC. What were your thoughts on that? To me, that wasn't a surprise.
That wasn't a surprise. They hurt, and I know you heard the news on McCaffrey. So I don't think McCaffrey won't be back this year. Here, you heard it from me.
He's not coming back this year?
Not coming back this year.
If he don't come back this year,
Uncle Charles, I don't think he's gonna make it back, bro.
You don't think so? Okay.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it back.
Okay.
He got two Achilles problems. You know what I'm saying? So he all over in Germany trying to get PRP and all that. Man, you got to just sit down, man. You're gonna pop both of them, bro.
And he with that actress, and he just bought George Clooney's house. I think he's chilling in the valley. I think he's gonna wait.
Yeah, he caked up.
Yeah, he's not gonna play this
year. Over there, honey caking.
Yeah. Raiders over the Browns. 20-16. That was close. You know, the Browns. The Browns are. We have some homeless Raiders
fans in here tonight.
20-16. You know, the Raiders. I want to see Antonio Pierce do well. We don't get those jobs. I'd like to see him do well.
Yeah, homegrown dude.
But they have a little drama this week with the receiver. Let me ask you this. Has their receiver played the last game there?
He's done.
He's done?
He's out the building, ladies and gentlemen.
They were talking about it today on ESPN. He might end up in New Orleans with his boy.
Yeah, that's
what are your thoughts on that?
Hey, man, you think about it. Since he got there, it's been a shitty deal. They fired the coach. The coach got himself fired.
Yeah.
And then
they got rid of Carr.
They trade away his homeboy. And
Carr's playing well. I know a lot of Raiders fans don't like him, but he's better than anything they got over there now.
Oh, hell yeah, by far.
So if the Raiders had a good quarterback, they'd be solid.
So where you think he's going?
I think he's going to either New York or New Orleans. That's it. I think it's a two-team race.
Them Cowboys talking about going to the Cowboys. Y'all better get a running back.
Yeah, I'd like to see him, but like you said, we need a running back. I think it's out of the Jets and New Orleans for where he's going to end up.
I mean, I wouldn't go to the Jets for the simple fact you left Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers couldn't make up his mind. And this is his last year, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, he done.
He's playing good though.
Yeah, all right.
He's playing good.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And that coach on the hot seat too. Solid.
Oh yeah, solid. If he don't get it done this year, it's a wrap. Right. But let me ask you this: is Davante Adams? Because they were saying today he's still a top 2 receiver. Is he a top 2 receiver?
No.
Okay. No. So let me ask.
Who's number one?
Number one is Jefferson.
Yeah.
2
is Chase. CeeDee Lamb is 2. CeeDee Lamb is 2. Chase is 3. Man, whatchamacallit is better than Amon St. Brown is running the numbers more better than Adams right now.
I would say he's still a top 5. I don't know if he's top. He's top 5, but I don't know.
But you can't be no top nothing. You ain't got no quarterback, right? You ain't got a quarterback. So how could he be considered top anything?
So I would. So here's my top 5. I go Justin Jefferson. I'll go CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Davante Adams. It's always debatable, but that's my top 5. But Raiders over the Browns. So okay, we'll see what happens with Davante this week. Him and the coach seem to not be on the same page.
He is on the move. He's calling U-Haul right now.
Okay. Chiefs over the Chargers. Chargers were up 10-0, and then took the foot off the gas and lost 17-10. What were your thoughts on that?
Oh, them Chargers. I'm looking at a Charger fan right there. Look at it. Man.
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
Got to hit the music on them. All right. So what were your thoughts? Because, the Chargers have some guys
they got some defense.
They let the receivers get out of there.
The receivers go and, Harbaugh want to run the ball, which they do.
They do run it. They play
so
physical.
You got to start with the run, but you need some receivers.
On maybe outside.
Can Devontae go there?
I don't think he wants to, but that would be good for them.
He can't go to no team where he can't win either. I mean,
yeah,
they got to be able to win this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Chargers, they got some work to do. Now, they know they're not gonna win nothing this year, but they got a lot of work to do.
Well, let me ask you this: what were your thoughts? Ravens big over the Bills.
Oh, they look scary, dog.
We expected the Ravens to be good, but the Bills looked really good the week before.
Too.
35-10. What was up with that?
They made them sit down and tuck their shirts, man. But they look good, man.
Derrick Henry could have been doing that for Dallas. First play of the game, 87 yards.
87 yards, and I seen people jumping out his way, man, making business decisions out there.
Basically,
that dude is 6'2",
6'4",
6'4",
245, 250
coming at you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make a business decision.
Exactly.
So
last couple games. Well, go ahead. What else are you gonna say?
But and then people don't understand this. There's no quarterback in the league that does the option read better.
Nobody.
Than Lamar Jackson.
Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So, yep.
So if you a defense, you basically screwed because he reading you.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
He can keep it, or he can go, or he can give it to the horse,
or he can pull it back and throw. So
you just triple threat.
Yeah, but they just have to play up to their potential because we picked them to be one of the top two in AFC. They looked like it last week.
They look like it.
Last couple games. Well, go ahead.
And Buffalo, yeah, they laid the egg that day. So I don't know.
McDermott's got to figure it out. Titans over the Dolphins, not really a big surprise. The score maybe, but the Dolphins are on like their third quarterback.
Man,
if two of them come back, it's a wrap.
Man, they look bad. They look pitiful, man. Yeah, you might have to bring Tannehill back. I think that too. They got to bring something back.
For who? The Titans or
because
Levis was hurt and he's not for Miami.
For Miami, yeah.
The kid that's in Dallas now.
Yes,
well, he might not be. He may not be available. You got to remember, he might not be available. So, because he's our backup right now, so I don't think he's available, and he's got potential in case we got to ship Dak out of there. He's probably our best option. He just needs to learn. In a couple years, he might be one of those kids like Sam Darnold, like Jordan Love. He might be like Baker Mayfield, that after 3 or 4 years, he figures it out because physically he's solid. He just wasn't ready. He played at North Dakota State. He only started 12 games, and we want him to start in the NFL. He wasn't ready. So he might figure it out in a couple years.
About some Cowboys, man.
So Titans big over the Dolphins, Detroit over Seattle. Two, really good teams. Seattle was undefeated. Seattle, they're solid. Receivers, defense. Geno's not turning the ball over.
They look good.
But Lions,
a better team.
That's one of our picks to, them and the 49ers to come out of NFC.
Just a better team. You know what I mean?
Just a better team.
Man.
Like you said, I'm going to ride through a touchdown pass. Jared Goff.
Yeah, the old Philly special.
They got 2 good running backs, 2 good receivers. They got the DN out of Michigan. They're well coached. That should be the Cowboys coach, by the way. He was our tight end coach, but, Jerry Jones don't make smart decisions.
Right.
He took McCarthy. He took a business decision. So, but the Lions look good, man. They look good.
Right.
So, they have 1 loss, but I think they're going to be there in the last. Definitely the final 4, probably the final 2. So let's talk about the standings. Let's talk about the standings.
Yeah, let's hear him.
Okay, so AFC East, we had Miami up there. We had New England on the bottom. Right now, Miami's on the bottom, but they're hurt. So, I'll put an asterisk by that. New York Jets are 2-2. That's about where I thought they'd be.
Right.
Buffalo's 3-1. The only thing that's different that we didn't predict was that Miami be in last place, but they're hurt. So you can't hold that against them.
Right.
AFC North, Pittsburgh is 3-1.
We didn't expect that.
Baltimore 2-2, Cleveland 1-3, Cincy 1-3. I didn't have Cincy 1-3, and Cleveland's 1-3. So Pittsburgh's in first place right now, and they play the Cowboys Sunday night. What's your thoughts on that division in terms of the standings? Are you surprised?
Very surprised because I think we had
Cincy.
But
no, we had Baltimore 1, Cincy 2.
So yeah, that's very shocking. I don't think Cincy gonna do too much now.
Just looking at the guys are disgruntled.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you. AFC South, Houston 3-1. We had that.
Right.
Indiana 2-2. But I think we had Jacksonville and Indiana. I think we had Jacksonville over them because they got to the playoffs last year.
And then sucky.
And they're 0-4, and then Tennessee's 1-3.
Yeah, that's gonna stay like that.
Yeah, Jacksonville, they haven't figured it out. The quarterback's not playing well.
Right.
AFC West, KC 4-0. We had that.
Of course.
Chargers 2-2, Vegas 2-2, Denver 2-2. We pretty much had that.
Yeah,
we had that division because that's a toss-up after KC. So we picked that one. NFC East, we did not have Washington 3-1. We probably had Philly first.
Yeah.
I probably went with Dallas, but that's choosing my heart over my head. But you got Washington 3-1, surprising. Happy for the local kid. And then you have Dallas 2-2 and Philly 2-2. We figured they'd be close. And in New York, we had them in last place. So other than Washington, we had that division.
Right. So
we'll see what happens.
So Philly need to get their stuff together. Dallas need to get their stuff together because if this kid take off, he might not be able to catch him.
And like you said, Magic is over there along with the former owner of the Sixers, building a culture. So NFC North.
The team suck, man.
NFC North. All right, NFC North. Minnesota 4-0.
My team hurt.
We didn't have that. We didn't have Minnesota 4-0, Randy.
No, we did not have Minnesota 4-0. Matter of fact, we had them.
We had Detroit 1. Yes, we had Detroit 1. They're in second. Okay, one game out. We had Green Bay 2. Jordan Love was out. I think they'll figure it out, and they'll be, they might be second, they might be third, but they'll probably make the playoffs. And we had Chicago last.
Yeah, Chicago.
Who Chicago play last week? Oh, that's right.
Diamond
Bar Rams. That's right. Yeah. Okay. But you guys are hurt, so we can't really harp too much on that.
Yeah, we heard. We don't make excuses though.
Yeah, but we had Minnesota in third place.
Yeah.
All right, NFC South. NFC South. Tampa Bay 3-1. Atlanta 2-2.
Yeah.
New Orleans 2-2.
It's gonna be a dogfight.
So this one we pretty much had.
Right.
We had Tampa Bay right there because they got in the playoffs to beat Philly last year.
Right.
Atlanta 2-2. New Orleans 2-2. I think I had them flipped.
Yeah.
And then we had Carolina in last place.
So that's gonna be a dogfight with them three.
With those three, exactly. Yeah. NFC West, Seattle 3-1. Didn't see that. We had San Francisco in first, and they're injured. So I think they may catch Seattle if they can get healthy.
Right.
And then Seattle 3-1, Frisco 2-2, Arizona 1-3. We did not have the Rams in last place.
No.
But like you said, people are injured. So I think the Rams are going to get healthy, and I don't think they're going to finish in last. I think that they will probably finish above. Ooh, Arizona did beat them.
I think they'll have a better record than Dallas.
No. All right. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go to next week. All right, let's go to next week. So Thursday game is Tampa Bay Atlanta. Who you got? Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
I'm taking Atlanta.
Are you okay? And then we got that's the Thursday game. We got the Jets at Minnesota.
I'm taking Minnesota. They're playing in England at 6:00 in the morning.
Okay, we'll see. Yep. We got Carolina at Chicago. Who you got? I'm gonna let you go first because you're older. Carolina at Chicago.
Chicago.
I agree. Baltimore at Cincy.
Baltimore.
That's gonna be a tough one because Cincy's trying to figure it out. So I would go. Cincy, they got their first win. They're tough at home. That's a toss-up, but Baltimore might be too tough.
Too tough.
Who'd you pick? You picked Baltimore?
Baltimore.
I'll go with you on that. Miami at New England. I'm gonna go New England because Miami don't have a quarterback.
New England.
Cleveland at Washington. Who you got?
Washington.
I agree. Indy at Jacksonville.
Indy.
Indy, I agree.
Joe Flacco off the bench.
Yep, off the
making
bench.
house calls.
Still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo at Houston. Does Buffalo bounce back?
Houston.
Or does CJ? You got Houston?
Got Houston.
I'd like for CJ to win that one. I'll go with Houston because they're at home. Las Vegas at Denver.
Oh shit.
I'll go Denver. Bo Nix is playing well. It's in Denver. Vegas hasn't figured out the quarterback. Devontae probably won't be there. Players are making business decisions.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
You gonna go Raiders?
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they don't win, so I don't have to hear from Fred and Wayne.
Right.
Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco. I agree. Green Bay at Rams. Go with your head, not your heart. Green Bay at Rams, Randy.
Green Bay.
I agree. New York Giants at Seattle. And Dallas at Pittsburgh. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Ooh.
Wait for it.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Ooh. Dallas gotta win, but it's on the road. But they ain't gonna win. So I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm going with the kid.
In Pittsburgh.
I'm going with the kid.
Okay. Hold on. Dallas at Pittsburgh. I'm gonna watch it at home by myself, so I don't think anybody's mouth. But I'm not going. I want Dallas. I'm gonna just go. We're banged up right now. I can't just go with my team. I want Dallas. I think Pittsburgh's gonna win.
So hold on. You banged up. Hold on. You banged up. You think you're gonna win that game? You think you're gonna win that game? Oh, he said he wants to see your card. He don't need to see your card.
No problem. Hey, no problem.
I don't think he got a card.
I want Dallas. I'm gonna just say I want Dallas. We'll leave it at that. All right, last game.
I don't think he got a damn card.
Monday night game. New Orleans at KC. KC all day. So we agree on that. Anything else you want to add? We talked about pro football. You were talking about John Amos.
Oh, John Amos, man, he passed away, man. That's everybody's father, man. Like was a staple in our lives, dog. You know what I mean? James Evans, man, not only did that.
So we need the Good Times music.
Played in Roots.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Coming
Played
to
in
America.
Roots.
You know what I mean? Just a astounding actor. And rest in peace, brother. You was a part of everybody's life in here today. So I just want to say rest in peace, man. And we're going to miss you, big dog.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we talked about the college. We talked about the pro games for next week.
It was NBA week
this week. We'll have some NBA to talk about next week.
Next week, but I'm going to Palm Springs this weekend. The Lakers play Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
So you use your connections to get front row seats or what?
Yeah, I got to call Jeannie.
Okay, there you go.
I mean? I got to call
Make
my
that
girl.
call.
You know what I'm saying?
So we'll have NBA to talk about. This is the best time of the year. We got baseball playoffs.
Yeah,
we got NBA.
Dodgers.
We got NBA preseason, and we got NFL football. It's my favorite time of the year.
Favorite
October,
time
baby.
of the year.
October. Anything else before we wrap up episode 9?
Episode 9 has been a pleasure. Look, man, we got a packed house in here tonight down here at Mia Vanna. Hands off. Hey, man, thanks for coming out. We'll be back next week with episode 10. We're getting better and better every day. Shout out to all the fellas in here, man. This is family right here. Even though we got different teams, we root for different teams, but we tight. So hats off to y'all. We'll be back next week. And we miss Raul because Raul's our producer. We up here doing all this. Seems a little foreign to us, but he'll be back not next week. He'll be back next week.
Yeah, the week
he out there making $1 million moves. So let him do his thing. But he'll be back about the next 2 episodes. He'll be back. So we don't have to bother with this. But we hooked it up. We pulled it off.
Yeah, man. Good
you know
job, dog.
All good.
All good.
You know, what you doing this weekend?
I'm watching football all weekend.
You going to King of the Ring?
I'm watching football all weekend.
You're not going to King of the Ring?
No. Oh, I am going to that
Saturday night, right?
I am going to that front row seats.
Hey, fellas, they're doing King of the Ring Saturday night.
San Manuel.
San Manuel
front
again,
row.
same spot. Nate got tickets. It's a nice event. They got they're gonna have 2 cigar lounges out there and free tequila shots.
I'll be there.
So me, Dre, Dre went. Charlie went.
Wayne
Me,
went.
Draper, and Wayne went. So it was it's good, something to do, man. So
Free
pretty
tequila.
exciting.
I might not be driving home.
Right, but
Okay.
Saturday night, if y'all not doing nothing, Nate got some tickets over there. Go check it out.
You got any music to send us out of here, big dog?
We out of here, man.
Give us something, man. Supposed to have a good times theme for.
No.
But that's okay. We'll get it next week.
R&R Podcast, we signing out. Coming to you from live downtown Pomona, the Havana, the flyest, dopest cigar lounge in Southern California. Matter of fact, all of California. It's me, Havana.